Welcome back to Goodfellas Garage, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you should sell your used car right now before it's too late. Let's get started. So why do I think you should sell your used car in this market right now? Well, before we get into the 5 reasons, I have to preface this video by saying that this strategy or this tactic will only work if you have another car to drive around. So, for example, if you have 2 cars or 3 cars, or if you have a spare car, you might have a clunker somewhere or an old truck or a car that may be broken down and needs some repair or some part that's missing. This is the only way that this will work because, most people need transportation to drive somewhere. Most people only have 1 car. But if you are one of those people who has another car to drive around or can borrow a car or has a relative who doesn't use a car that you can borrow and use, then you can sell your car and make a lot of money. Now, if you have purchased a car in the last 2 or 3 years, okay, right before the pandemic, like right about that time, and if you paid off a substantial portion of your loan, or if you bought the car cash, you are basically sitting on a pile of money. And here's reason number 1 why you should sell your car. Unless you've been living under the rock for the past year or so, you know that used car market is on absolute fire. Used car prices are in the stratosphere. They have gone through the roof, and most people say, well, this is the market now, it's not gonna get used to these prices. I don't think so. I think at some point the price is gonna come down. And the reason why we have this incredibly ridiculous market for used cars right now is because there's a global shortage of semiconductors. What happened is, when the pandemic started and all the shutdowns began, auto manufacturers canceled all their orders for parts and semiconductors, et cetera. And the producers of these semiconductors went somewhere else. They had to, they had inventory they had to sell, so they sold it to somebody else. And once the factory started reopening and the pandemic went away, these auto manufacturers placed these orders back, and the semiconductor producers like, well, listen, you canceled the orders, now you're gonna have to wait. We sold our stuff somewhere else. So this has created a shortage of new cars. As a result, because there's no new cars to buy, used cars went through the roof, and it's I have never seen anything like this. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is that I don't think that this set of circumstances, this perfect storm, so to speak, will ever occur again, because manufacturers are most likely going to plan for the future. Now, what's happening right now in the market is affected every single manufacturer. This is not just Ford or Chevy or Toyota or whatever. It is on a global scale. So I anticipate that if we have another pandemic in the future, another mask mandate, another diaper mandate or whatever, manufacturers are most likely to plan more carefully for that event than they did in this situation, because this is something that we have never seen before. So I do not think that this set of circumstances is going to reoccur. So that's reason number 2 why you should sell your used car right now. Reason number 3 is this spike is temporary. And I know there's some people out there saying that, oh yeah, the used car prices are gonna stay like this forever. This is not true, okay? This is only temporary. It is going to end, which leads us to reason number 4. Once all these orders for these semiconductors are satisfied, and once the manufacturers are able to catch up with the demand, what do you think is going to happen? The dealers are going to get flooded with brand new cars. Once brand new cars are everywhere, what do you think is going to happen to the used car market? Well, the prices are naturally going to go down, because why would you pay more money for a used truck than you can buy a new one for? So it is just inevitable. Once the manufacturers catch up with this demand, used car prices are going to go down, and right now is absolutely the perfect time to sell your used car. Now, finally, reason number 5 why you should sell your used car right now is because most likely, once this kind of equalizes and stabilizes, you will be able to buy that same car that you just sold to somebody for half the money or even less. So here's my advice. I believe that there's about 3 to 6 months left in this madness, and it's gonna start to normalize after that. You stand to make a lot of money in this market if you have bought the car 2 or 3 years ago or right before the pandemic started, because you're sitting on a lot of money. If you can't do this, sell your car right now, take the money, put it in the bank, and wait. Don't buy dumb shit, don't do stupid stuff. Just wait. Wait 3 to 6 months, drive your clunker, drive your junker, whatever, and then once the market starts to crash, then you go and you buy a used car or a new car or whatever, and you're gonna end up with a pile of money in the bank because of this market conditions. Well, that's it for me for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.